and welcome to Horror Rewind. This is Kelly Florence.
And this is Campbell Florence.
And today we're talking about a movie called Fall. Now, it is 2023, and we are so busy, Meg and I, with things that we haven't even announced publicly yet. But from time to time, we may pop in together. From time to time, we might skip a week. Who knows? Because that's how busy in a good way we are this year. And today, Campbell's joining me just for a quick hello to talk about this movie that Meg and I watched on a plane together and absolutely loved. I was like, okay, I immediately need to show my husband because he's afraid of heights. And Campbell loves watching movies with us as well. Campbell, what did you think of this movie?
Yeah, I really like this movie. I haven't really seen anything like this before.
Do you want to give everybody kind of the hint of a premise? We won't give away spoilers, but here's the premise.
So these two girls who are climbers decide to climb this TV tower, and then, but it's like a really old tower. So while they're going up, like the ladder, like a bunch of screws holding the ladder in, fall off. So then the ladder collapses. Now they're stuck at the top of this really tall TV tower in the middle of the desert.
And you would think it's kind of like, what was that Blake Lively movie called, The Shallows?
Yeah.
How is this going to work? And that one was even more like, how would it work? Because there's only one character. There are two characters here, so at least there's some dialogue. You think it can't work. It's an isolation movie. Somebody or some people are trapped in a place that's dangerous. How is it going to work? Well, surprisingly well. I think especially if you're afraid of heights. I'm not even that afraid of heights, but it terrified me. I have hidden video of my husband watching this, and he was freaking out. So I'll be sharing some of that on social media after this episode airs. And Meg even said, and she's not necessarily afraid of heights, but she too was freaked out. And so highly recommended. I think they would categorize it as sort of an action thriller. It's just called a thriller as it's described on the internet. It's directed by Scott Mann, and it's written by Scott Mann and Jonathan Frank. I really enjoyed it. You'll notice, you'll recognize one person in it who's not in it a whole ton, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in it, and we know him, of course, as Negan. And then also the two stars are Grace Caroline Curry and Virginia Gardner, who were both absolutely fabulous. They had to hold down this entire plot. Very, very few characters and so much action, so much tension. Even the second time on my second viewing, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was so well done. Campbell, thoughts about Fall? It came out in 2022, by the way, and I had never even heard of it. But as soon as I started it, both Campbell and Vienna, or at least when they got to the TV tower part, were like, oh yeah, we saw ads about this.
Yeah, we kind of saw it on the internet, just kind of like talking about this movie. We just kind of like saw the trailer. But yeah, I really like this movie. Like I said before, it's something that I don't think has been done before, really, where it's like the fear of falling instead of kind of like in The Shallows where it's like sharks and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the other movie that comes to mind that's similar to this, I don't think you've seen this one, it's called Frozen, and not the Disney movie Frozen, but they're stuck on a ski lift, but they have to make a decision if they're going to jump or not, or stay up there and freeze to death, which, if you haven't seen that one, I also recommend it. It's just a nice isolation movie. Yeah, check it out. Should we rank it?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to rank Fall, but we're not going to give you any spoilers, but beyond that. 0 to 10, 0 being you hated it, 10 being you think it's a perfect movie. I think our scale has to be something that's not going to give anything away. How about just one of those, like, climbing rig things? Yeah. What do you call those? Those C-clamp or something? I don't know what it's called. You can tell I have never climbed a wall in my life, and I do not plan to, or a rock, or a mountain, or a TV tower. How many of those clamps do you give Fall?
I give it 8.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 9. I really enjoyed it. like I said, edge of my seat, and it was a lot of fun. Couple more recommendations that Meg and I may talk about more in depth in the future. We may even talk about this one more in depth in the future, but we also, another Plane movie that we watched, we both watched The Invitation. It's the vampire movie. I don't think that's a spoiler. I think everybody knows it's a vampire movie. It's now available on Netflix. Also, what we are seeing tonight, and we'll talk about probably next week, is Megan, the new horror movie from Blumhouse. I just saw somebody tweet that if you love Annabelle and you love The Black Phone, I don't know why they put those two together. Maybe because, I don't know, but they said you'll love this movie. So I think we're probably going to enjoy it. What do you think, Cam?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll talk about that soon. And then also we're going to be watching The Menu, which I think just came out now, available on HBO. So we'll be talking about that in the future. Something that is on Shudder that Meg and I both watched. I won't get into spoilers either. Just a recommendation if you want to be prepared for an upcoming episode. We watched this movie called The Apology, and it's starring Anna Gunn. Janine Garofalo is in it, and I can't recall the man's name, but small cast, again, isolation during a snowstorm. Fascinating premise, unexpected twists throughout. Highly enjoyed it. A lot of fun. Plus, if you follow me on social media or TikTok, you'll see that we got in the mail from Hunt a Killer, the Blair Witch game. It has 6 packs, and each one contains instructions and an envelope of clues. And we're going to go through and try to solve the mystery. So thank you so much to Hunt a Killer for sending us this game. We cannot wait to play it. I plan on playing it several times, but I won't, with several different people, but I won't give away any clues to anybody if I happen to solve it after my first or second time through. But what a lovely surprise to receive in the mail. And yeah, we love the Blair Witch. So speaking of, we recently got to go through an escape room that was Blair Witch themed. And yeah, stay tuned for more on that. What a way to begin 2023. Campbell, I just heard on the radio today to set an intention, set a word that you want to describe your 2023. For an example, some people said, one person said follow through, like they want to follow through with things that they want to do this year. Another person said intention. They want to set good intentions. Other people think, joy or whatever. What is your 2023 wish? If you had one word that you want to describe your 2023.
Maybe just like good. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I wish for happiness, horror, as in horror content, not horror in my own life, please and thank you, and fun. Let's have fun, friends. So wherever you are, we hope that you are happy, healthy. Hopefully you have avoided all of the terrible norovirus, sickness, flu, COVID, everything that's going around. I'm going to knock on some wood right now. So far, we have avoided it in this house, but, it's inevitable. It's coming eventually, probably. But try to stay healthy, and we'll probably see you next week. Until next time, we'll see you in the horror section.
See you in the horror section.